In today's video, we're going to talk about how to beat imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is a phenomenon that affects so many people of any industry and any walk of life. Many entrepreneurs feel this way, many professionals feel this way, and it doesn't really matter if you're just starting out or if you are at the top of your game. Imposter syndrome means that you have an underlying fear of being exposed as someone who doesn't really know what they're talking about. It's the feeling that you are a fake or a phony, and something or someone is going to expose who you really are. It can be a really daunting feeling, and it can keep people really stuck, and it can take your momentum away and affect your business and your life tremendously. So here are the top 5 tips that I've found to beat imposter syndrome. Number 1, is it true? What is the story you are telling yourself? Ask yourself if it's true. And whose story is it? Are you playing out a story that was someone else's opinion of you? Is this story or fear that keeps playing out in your inner voice a story that might be from your past or your childhood, or maybe based on your past history and mistakes? Some stories from our past can be so powerful we can barely live them down. But ask yourself, is it relevant today? Perhaps you've changed as a person and you've adapted new abilities and new habits. So make sure to go deep here and ask yourself if you're being held in the past and if you're just repeating a story that you were told about yourself for a really long time. Just keep asking yourself, is it true, as you go deeper and deeper and deeper down in the feelings to figure out exactly where that feeling is coming from. Step 2, rewrite your story. You need to figure out your strategy to move past this. During these moments where you hear that doubt and you feel it kind of creep back up into your mind, what is your strategy for getting past it? You cannot allow it to keep you down or hold you back. You've got to shake yourself up somehow and gain clarity on how to move forward. Affirmations are really helpful here. Rethinking the negative thought and putting them in your phone or around your workspace or anywhere in your home. These help you to stay on track and replace any negative thoughts with positive ones that arise from old thought patterns. Number 3, haters gonna hate. There will always be people who love you, who like you, who are ambivalent towards you, who really dislike you. Everything on the scale, as you can imagine, people will have their opinions of you, and we cannot control it. As long as you're showing up authentically and giving your best, then that's really the best that you can do, because you have no control of other people's opinions. So why worry about it so much? Just show up as being true to who you are, and the more that you do that, the more people you'll attract who will appreciate what you have to say and who you are for your personality and just who you are deep down inside. Number 4, stop being so critical. We are so critical of ourselves and others. In fact, we are our own worst critic. We would never talk to the people we love the way we talk to ourselves, quietly inside. But to really move past our own limitations, wouldn't it be so much easier if you were supportive of yourself instead of constantly criticizing? Can you imagine the self-confidence of a child if you spoke to them critically all the time? They would have no self-confidence, and all they would want to do would be to remain hidden and play it safe. Now imagine a child who was talked to with support and care and love, and whose mistakes were honored as learning opportunities. And it didn't matter if they won or lost, but they could learn from it. And those accomplishments were just celebrated, no matter what happened in the outcome. Can you imagine what they would achieve? Think of yourself with this example in mind. Talk to yourself with support and care and love. You will be amazed at the difference you will see in your self-confidence, and you'll be able to just move past anything that's negative coming out. Number 5, focus only on yourself. Stop comparing yourself to others and watching others. It is so easy now to get caught up in other people's success. The comparison game is not going to help you, and especially when it comes to imposter syndrome. There will always be people ahead of where you are, kind of more so where you want to be in the place where you want to go. But comparison will get you nowhere, and it will usually leave you feeling very low confidence-wise and pretty self-defeated. So make sure that you create before you consume. This is a really great tidbit, especially if you're an entrepreneur. Make sure that you've got your own content coming out before you allow other people's stories and content to come in. It's really critical that you speak from your voice, your truth, your content, your experience first. And when you're more confident, that's when you can allow others' attention into your space. So make sure you're really careful about that. Okay, so to recap, the top 5 tips for beating imposter syndrome are: is it true? Rewrite your story. Don't worry about others, just focus on being authentically you. Stop being so critical of yourself, and no comparing yourself, just focus only on you. I'd love to hear if you have experienced imposter syndrome and if you've had any aha moments on this video and how you plan to move past this with more confidence. So leave me a comment below. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a like and make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time. Bye.